Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff and another one in the series of Pysanky inspiration. So this one is this paper plate that I saw. I was gonna clean off the one I was using, and then I thought I'll just take a clean one. It'd be much easier that way. So what I loved about this design was these really bright colors against the white background. And I liked the way it kind of fit together here with the, the four and anyway, so I really liked it. And I liked, then as I examined it closer, I noticed, oh, this part here kind of is blue, and then these ones here on the side, these are kind of more, they have a little more red in them. So in preparation for this, I did a little bit of a colored pencil drawing just to kind of get a feel for doing this, knowing that I wouldn't get all of this detail on here with the colored pencil. So I did that, kind of liked it, kind of got the feel for it. But then I thought, well, I need to do it a little bigger. So I did this one. And I really kind of like the way the colors looked. So I got that much done. And then I started to put it on a chicken egg. And what I did was I divided the egg into 8 sections, and I drew out the 12 diamond pattern. And then I lightly drew that with a pencil. And then I drew inside each diamond. So that gives me, because I really like this yellow border. So that gives me this yellow border. But someone had also given me a suggestion to look at Talavera pottery. And when I looked at it, this design reminded me of that, except that they use a lot of blue outlines. So that's where I kind of went back to this, how I had it outlined in blue. And then here I did more outline in blue. So I've drawn these lines very darkly. I'm going to dye this in the royal blue, Ukrainian gift shop royal blue, and wax all of these lines. I am not going to get all this detail in here like I wanted to. So I'm going to have to rethink what goes in each one of these little like sections here. And that's okay, because I can clearly see that I love this pattern. And this will be my test pattern. And then next week I'll do it on a goose egg. So I'm going to dye this royal blue, wax those lines, and then we'll come back and I'll talk about what the next steps will be. Here was my vision. All right, here's the egg current status. I dyed it in the royal blue, and then I waxed it. And my ambition to get this stuff in here really fizzled. I was not. I think I had a little too ambitious of a design here. I modified it, and anyway, but I'm gonna keep working on it. I think it's gonna, well, it's gonna be beautiful no matter what. Definitely not my vision. So, but we're gonna see how this one turns out, and then I'll see if I want to try it on a goose egg. So I dyed it in royal blue, Ukrainian gift shop royal blue. Waxed it, and I have now washed it back. So the next step is I'm going to dye it in, I'm probably going to put it in yellow and then gold. This egg did not take the dye well at all. You can't really tell it now, but parts of it were the beautiful dark blue, and then it was like blotchy. And anyway, so I'm going to see how this one turns out color-wise. I'm a little, we'll see. Anyway, but I'm going to do it in the gold, probably yellow and then gold, and then this area right here in between. That's what's going to be gold, this part right here. And then I'll think about, I do still want to try and do the red and the blue alternating. I'm going to have to think about that. I might have to paint some of it in with my concentrated colors, because some of these areas are really small. I lost some of the wax when I was doing the washback. But we're going to keep going. We're going to see how it turns out. Anyway, stay tuned. Here is my reference drawing. As a reminder, this was the inspiration. What I did, so I was having trouble being, well, I was just very ambitious with what I could fit this into this space. Now, you know, if I had thought about it, it's like, okay, that's my drawing of everything I wanted to put in one of 12 diamonds. And look, I mean, that's how big the egg is. I mean, the drawing was bigger than the egg. What was I thinking that I could get all that in there? Well, obviously I didn't. But I got some of it in there. And one of the things that really drew me as far as an inspiration were the colors. So what I've done, I drew the lines, waxed it with a dark blue. I washed it back, and now I have painted in these colors just using a little paintbrush, and I use the regular strength dyes. So the blue is turquoise and the red color is scarlet. So what I'm going to do now is wax all of these areas, and then I'm going to dye it. I was going to do gold. I've changed my mind. I'm going to do yellow. So I'm going to dye it yellow. I'll wax the yellow parts, and then I want to add a little bit of green to it, a little bit of this bright green color. So I'm going to add that, and then I'll wash it back to white and take the wax off. Like I said, I loved this. It was too ambitious for this, but I can tell you I've already started on a goose egg that this was just too beautiful of a design and inspiration to let it stop here. So it's also going on a goose egg, and I'll show you that next week because I'm not going to get it done this week. So, but anyway, I'll be back with this one and to show you how it turned out. So just a little recap. Okay, here was my inspiration. Here was my first drawing. Here was my second drawing. Very ambitious, especially for a chicken egg. As I said, I have to tell you, I was not exactly loving the way this was looking. A lot of my details got lost. And I just had to reach a point where I said, okay, you know, it is what it is. Let's try it for the colors. Now, I still have to take the wax off. And as I said, I wasn't exactly loving this. I am going to do it on a goose egg, and I'll show you that next week. But when I got to this point, I thought, you know what? I do kind of like it. Now I have to take the wax off. So we'll be back to see what it looks like with the wax off. I've already started doing the pattern on a goose egg. And I'm going to, okay, so let's just, so here's this pattern. And here's the goose egg. So the goose egg is at least bigger than this. But this was my lesson learned. Look at your pattern and compare it, you know, to the egg to say, hey, can I really fit all that on there or not? Anyway, so let's see what this looks like with the wax off. So here's the egg with the wax off of it. I think I liked it better with the wax on it. Oh, you know what? this was a good learning experience. I have a beautiful design that I will still do on the goose egg. Changed a little, learned a few things. This yellow was definitely not bright enough, and it definitely needs more different colors within here, which was what my pattern looked like. So this was a good learning experience. And it shows you that not every egg that I do I absolutely love. Now, maybe somebody loves this, but not me. But it was a great learning experience, so I'm looking forward to doing the goose egg. We'll see what that looks like next week. Thanks for watching and encouraging me.